Hey guys, Josh here, and today I want to talk about the one thing that is killing your productivity and killing your creativity when you're writing music, and that is sleep. All right, we live in this hustle and grind culture where you have to be constantly working all day, all night to get to this life and get the success that you want. But there's a drawback to that because if you are trying to hustle all day and trying to hustle all night and you're only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, that is ultimately going to impede you in the long run. See, sleep is incredibly important for your brain health. And so if your brain is not operating at an optimum level, then your productivity is going to crash and your creativity is going to crash. All right, there's a lot of studies that show that there is a link between sleep duration and creativity as well as productivity. And so if you're getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, I know people who even get less than that. You're not in a prime state of mind to be able to produce your best work. And so the recommendation is to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Now for me, 7 hours for me is about perfect. I tried to go 6 hours before, and I could do it for a few days, but then after a while I could tell that the brain fog was starting to appear. And so I wouldn't get as much work done during the day. When I was making tracks, I didn't necessarily, one, have the energy, and two, I just didn't have a whole lot of inspiration when I was making tracks, but just adding that extra hour to push it to that 7 hour mark does make a difference, because I wake up early to work out, and so if I don't get enough sleep, I'm going to be dragging by the time I get home from work and I need to work on my business, or if I want to write music, practice guitar, whatever the case may be. Now comes the question, well, what are some good ways to get that 7 hours of sleep? Because for me, I find if I don't have a relatively constant bedtime, then my sleep patterns get disrupted. So that's honestly the first thing that can help a lot with getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, is that you want to try to set a relatively consistent time that you go to bed. So if you want to wake up early, maybe set it to be 9 or 10 o'clock. If you wake up on the later side, obviously you can push back the time that you go to sleep a little bit. As long as you're getting that 7 to 8 hours, you're pretty good. So for me, I'm a freak, and so I go to bed at 8:30 and I wake up at around 4 o'clock. And so that gives me enough time to get that 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and then I can get up and go to the gym and do all the things that I want to do in the morning. The second thing that can be really effective for getting the sleep and keeping a consistent schedule is to shut off your phone 30 minutes before you go to bed. Or not even shutting it off, but once you turn the lights off in your room and you're about to go to bed, your phone should be away. Now there's occasionally times where I'll read my Kindle, but the Kindle doesn't produce the eye strain. See, it's the backlight of your phone and your tablet that can affect your sleep cycle. And that's why it may not seem like it, but I find that if I go to bed and I don't even look at my phone, so basically I set my alarm on my phone and then I don't even bother looking at it again. And I turn the lights off and it's bedtime. That way I tell my brain when the lights are off in my room and my phone is off, it's time to go to bed. And then that way I can get a much higher quality of sleep that way. So if you find that you're in a creative rut, or maybe you find that you're just not as productive as you have been, I would encourage you to evaluate what's your sleep habits like, and put them in the comments. Are you someone that gets 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Are you someone that gets even more than that? Or are you someone that is a part of that hustle and grind culture and is constantly grinding through only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep? So I hope this was helpful. If you are watching this at night, maybe it's time to go to bed a little earlier than you normally do and get that 7 to 8 hours. But I hope you find this helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, give it a sub. And if you have any other comments on suggestions for videos I should make, drop them in the comments. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.